to talk about how you can deal with an anxious attachment partner in your relationship. This is super important because you need to know what to expect in the future and how what you do now is going to determine what your relationship is going to look like with this person. We're gonna go over what you can do, how to understand your partner better, and if you're recognizing some compatibility challenges now, you're doing the right thing by trying to educate yourself on understanding your partner better. If you are an anxious attachment person yourself and you kind of realize that the partner you're with is presenting some challenges because they don't really get you, some of the things I'm going to say might trigger you in this video, but I really encourage you to stick through it because I promise you, if you allow yourself to hear this information, it could be a life-changing difference for what your relationship looks like in the future. So if you find this video helpful and you want to see more videos like this on my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let me know that you found this video helpful by hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Dealing with an anxious attachment partner can become problematic if you feel like their attachment style is causing you to resent them or kind of roll your eyes every single time they try to build closeness and you just don't have that need at that moment. You might have a deep love for this person, but it could be challenging to understand them at times, or it could feel like too much. No matter what is going on in your specific relationship, I want you to stay away from trying to put blame on another person for how you feel. We have a lot to unpack here, so let's get right into it. The first thing you need to understand about your anxious attachment partner is that they need a sense of closeness and reassurance to feel like everything's okay with you guys. And this can look like texting you a lot, calling you a lot when you're not together, or if you are physically in the same room, they want to attach themselves to you. They could try to be cuddling with you. They want to do some kind of activity with you. They're always trying to interact and connect, whether it be emotionally, physically, or they try to have these deep conversations or tell you everything that they're thinking. I can understand how this can be overwhelming. As someone who is intuitively anxiously attached, I get why they do this. Your partner is doing this because they crave that closeness. They want to feel like everything's okay, and being with you, being close to you, bonding, laughing, talking about things, cuddling together, all of those things make the happy hormones go off in their brain. So even if you find this behavior annoying or counterproductive, you need to understand that this is a compliment because they feel safe and secure with you. So what are you supposed to do when it just kind of feels like too much and you automatically want to withdraw and distance yourself from your partner? Maybe you've already tried telling them that you need some space and they got offended, and so you don't know how to proceed. This isn't going to be a short fix. My suggestion for you is to slowly wean your partner off of the attention that for you feels overbearing into some place that kind of feels more comfortable for both of you. But you also need to understand that during this time, you should be very sensitive to your partner's feelings, but as well as express and tell them the truth, because the worst thing that you can do is be dishonest with yourself or your partner. That's how trust is broken. That is how people grow apart. And that is how you get into this dynamic where one person feels like they're constantly chasing and the other one is running away. So honesty is super important. If I was in a relationship with an anxious partner and it felt like they just want a little too much time with me, I would tell them something in a nice way, but I would tell them like, right now, I don't really want to do this. Or right now, it kind of feels like I want some alone time. And if your partner is not understanding you, you need to use language that is going to benefit both of you. Saying things like, babe, I understand that you want to be close with me. I understand that you enjoy us talking together and connecting. I like that stuff too, but right now my mind is elsewhere and I need a minute to myself. If your partner needs you to reassure them that everything is fine, do that, because this person is the most vulnerable with you. They genuinely care about you and they want to be connected with you. They want to just always feel bonded to you. If you want to be a good partner to them, it is also part of your job to help your partner grow. So if you feel like there is something that is overbearing, too much, you need to set the expectations for how you want to show up for them. The earlier in the relationship that you let them know what it is that you want from this relationship or from them, the better the both of you are going to understand clearly what to anticipate from this relationship. What you want to be aware of as well is understanding their triggers, because most anxious attachment people have like a thought that comes to their mind where they kind of start feeling insecure, and that is when they try to pursue you and check in that everything is okay. Sometimes they feel like they want to connect with you when in reality what they need is some self-love or some time to themselves, but they don't understand that, and so they think that the only source of joy is from that relationship or from you, so that is where they seek it. Having an anxious attachment isn't good or bad, but there are a lot of individual differences between this big group of people. Try to understand the triggers that are causing your partner to start acting like they really need some reassurance. Maybe they're just one of those people that loves to always be cuddly, next to each other, attached at the hip, as they say. And if that is the case, you need to figure out whether or not that is something that you want in your relationship. If you want to understand why your partner is doing the behavior that is kind of causing you to want to pull away, try to listen to the words that they say or the topics that they bring up when they're looking for this validation. Some of the most common things that I can say about anxious attachment style is that, number one, the person puts a lot more value on the relationship and on being with you than they do on themselves individually. The second is that they're actually looking for the motherly love that they may have not received in their childhood. Number three, some anxious attachment people are actually very insecure in themselves, so they're seeking for you to validate to them that they are wanted or desired. A lot of anxious attachment style just believe that their one and only partner is their soulmate, and so everything that they need or want, they look for in you. And lastly, some anxious attachment people look to serve and do things for their partner in order to earn that love or trust or bond that they're looking for. None of these things are bad or good. It is just an individual uniqueness that you need to seek out in your partner. And like I said, these are just common things that anxious attachment people have. It doesn't mean that every single individual with this attachment style is going to have all 5 of these or others. There will be slight variations in needs, wants, desires, and thought processes. So although some of the cons of dating an anxious attachment style might feel like they want too much from you, your independence is being taken away, maybe they want more connection than you do. The pros would be that this person is very dedicated for the most part. You are their one and only other half. They love to serve and want to do everything for that relationship to succeed. And they are genuinely invested in every single way. If you have any questions for me on how to deal with your anxious attachment partner, please leave them down in the comments below. And if you have a suggestion for another video topic that might be very useful for you, please don't forget to leave it down below. I want to wish you all of the love in your love life, and thank you so much for watching.